Welcome to a Napoleon Total War 2 versus 2 multiplayer battle, and we have the two most unlikely friends here fighting today: Austria and Napoleonic France, working side by side to defeat the Ottomans and the Swedes. Again, the two most unlikely friends you could possibly imagine during this time period. Although I do think they worked together a bit, the Ottomans and the Swedes, fighting Russia at one point. But my knowledge on that history is very weak, unfortunately. But still, it's not in the Napoleonic period. You don't imagine those two fighting side by side that often. Sweden and the Ottomans and Napoleon and the Austrians. Unless it's to fight Russians, oddly enough, for both sides. But apart from that, no, they don't bother. So we've got, all their 18E Regiment de Infanterie de Ligne les Braves. Yeah, I speak French, by the way. We got the Napoleonic general here as well, the Old Guard. I think, are these Lancers? Yeah, Lancers. They've got some Swiss foot here as well. And the Austrians do have some cannon. A very small cannon. The 7i howitzer. I wonder if that's any good. And yeah, okay, and away we go. The battle has begun. Charging forwards with the cavalry. I would gonna see just one big cav charge to kickstart this battle. I wouldn't mind it. They also have many buildings they can occupy on this map as well, but I doubt we'll see them engage too much with those. We've got a bit of high ground in the centre here. Can we... Is that the best of the map we can get? Yeah, you know what, that's fine. Cavalry charging forwards. And there we go. I've sorted out the audio as well now. For some reason my audio was turned off. I think last time I played Napoleon must have been years ago now, and I must have been listening to an audiobook whilst playing it or something. They had a bit of a cavalry charge over here, but having to pull out now. The Ottomans have a good, decent bit of control here over the high ground. The Austrians pushing forwards with their infantry, but they're about to get completely wrecked by an Ottoman cavalry charge. Yeah, that's slaughtered through them, but Austria comes in with some reinforcements. I like the helmets on these Ottoman cavalry. They do look really cool. Yeah, I like that. The Austrians are here with their cavalry, more reinforcements coming in, but that infantry unit got completely wrecked there. What were they? The Hungarian Fusiliers. Yeah, they lost half of their squad there. And the Ottomans have their own riflemen marching forwards, their own infantry. They're going to get a few shots in. Are they riflemen or musketmen? I don't know. I don't think it really matters that much. Ooh. Some nice cannon shots there, although for the most part they did miss. Like, they got the two sides where there's hardly any troops. More Ottoman cavalry charging through. Where are they going? They're charging down the hill into the flank of the Austrians here, but they weren't able to form into some form of a square, I believe. Or has the square been broken? I think the square got broken. Oh, so much smoke on the battlefield. This is why I don't commentate about much Napoleon stuff. It's like, I can't really see anything. They've got another square here. Squares on the side of the Ottomans, because there's just so many cavalry around. It just makes so much more sense to fight in a square. Meanwhile, the French and the Swedes are fighting, but this is in the trees. I can't see that much. Yeah, they've got some opening here, but I can't really commentate over this. French stood here, shooting at the Swedes are shooting back through the trees. That's all what's really happening. Meanwhile, in the centre, the Ottomans control this bit of high ground. The artillery on both sides is firing. Boom. I like how it shakes the camera. It feels like a cannonball has actually landed near me. I like that, that's cool. The general's holding back for now. Do the Ottomans have any artillery, or the Swedes? Any artillery? No, there's none that I can unfortunately see. It just seems like the Austrians. Heroic General Tautko. The Austrian general has been killed, so all of these Austrian troops here have a massive morale hit. It seems like more Ottoman cavalry are charging in, and battle here is looking heavily in favour of the Ottoman Empire. It does really help that they've got this bit of high ground as well. That all does really help them, and the Austrians, completely falling apart in here. This is absolute chaos. Let's just slow motion it there. Yeah, we don't see anything. Right, normal speed I think is fine. That slow motion is just a little too slow. Ooh, I like his armour. Whoa, we're getting shaken all over the place due to the chaos. There we go. Artillery landing everywhere. I think the Austrians are shooting into this bit now. Yeah, because their troops are breaking anyway. So, like, does it really matter if you get a bit of friendly fire? No, not really. So they're shooting their cannon in here because the Ottomans are starting to blow up with their cavalry. And yeah, I think it is the right move to make. The Swedes over here also controlling most of the high ground. Yeah, the French and Austrian side, yeah, they definitely struggled to get up to the high ground there, losing that initial push for this bit of hill. I'm assuming both sides started at an equal distance to it. Balance of power is right now in favour of the red side. We'll call these the red side versus the blue side, as it's easier on the map. So yeah, it's in favour of red right now. The Austrians having a bit of a cavalry charge on the French side. Meanwhile, the Swedes marching round here have got a lot of troops in reserve that can quite easily push onto the French, but they are being shot at, so they need to form up quick. They've got cavalry as well over here, which is good. Meanwhile, the Austrian side completely broken, completely pushed back here, and the Ottomans have a really good hold. The Ottomans have a good hold on this high ground as well, although they are having to pull out away from these French lancers here. Can these guys form square, form square, form square? No, form square. Oh dear. Okay, so they're in a bit of a mess all of a sudden, but I think they can still hold out against those cavalry. Meanwhile, the Austrians and the French pulling back a bit, it seems. Meanwhile, over here, the Swedes are all nicely set up. They've got some cavalry on the flank ready to charge in. Where is the artillery? Here we are. So yeah, their guns are still firing. What are they aiming at though? Okay, they're reloading now, but I'll try keep an eye on it. Yeah, that cav unit broke. They were just far too heavily outnumbered. The Ottomans still holding down there. It's really only the French on this side that are still somewhat holding. But I'm curious to see what the cannon is going to shoot at. Come on. Fire, fire, fire. Boom. Oh. Boom. And it looks like they got 0 kills. Okay, so that was a waste. Were they aiming at the general? That's not the general, is it? No, that's not the general. They were just aiming in a general direction over here, but they got really unlucky again, missing every shot. The Swedes seem to be pulling forwards, pushing forwards against the French, with lifeguards on foot, the unit is called, and the line infantry. The French cavalry do charge in here. Oh no, that's the retreating Swedish cavalry. Yeah, it seems like they threw their cavalry forwards. Again, Napoleon Total War, it's a tough one to cast. There's so many tall trees, so much smoke. It's a very difficult one. The Austrians trying to hold out over here, but they are about to get overrun. I'm surprised the Ottomans are not pushing. If I was the Ottoman player here, I would say, okay, we're in a good spot, let's just push forwards. Let's cut them off, let's get them here, let's kill them here, let's push for the artillery as well. We can't allow this artillery gun to keep firing. Boom, the artillery hit again. Good position by the Ottomans. This is the advantage of holding the high ground here. We got some really nice shots in there. Sweden is able to push even further forwards as the French just continue to get slaughtered. Some French cavalry made it here, but Sweden formed square. Now they're going back into their square, reloading quick. They've got the Austrian cavalry to deal with as well. They've managed to charge onto this one. That guy went flying. But another Swedish square is behind that, so they're going to really struggle to make any headway with those cavalry. The other 3 sides, though, they all have their generals alive, which is at least something for them. These are dragoons, I believe. Yep, dragoons. Or chasseurs, whatever you want to call them if you want to be fancy. But, you know, they're going to get slaughtered. Although, that being said, these guys are retreating. These guys are now having to fight a line. And then the cavalry can charge back this way, but the Swedes come in with their hussars, charging their infantry before they can get into any square. Austria coming in with their cruisers. Oh, cruisers? Yeah, cruisers. We've got destroyers. We've got some dreadnoughts in here. A submarine. That's like cruisers. The French cavalry still a bit stuck between 2 different formations here, which is not the place where they really wanted to be. The Swedish cavalry will probably get cut down, they are heavily outnumbered here. But they're buying time, and that allows these guys to reload, get a few more shots in, and to finish off the cavalry. Yeah, you can see it on the minimap here, the blue side just looking really weak right now. And the Ottomans are bringing their cavalry more round onto this flank. So rather than pushing and taking all of this land and swooping round, they want more of their cavalry over here. Beautiful shot by the artillery. And another one, boom! The Swedes have made it round this way as well, fighting around this building with their cavalry. What are they fighting against? They're fighting the French general, trying to kill him, although their line infantry are now having to retreat out of there. But they're retreating towards their own men, which means these can now fire and return fire onto the French general. Guard Seaman. Why is that their name? Okay, interesting name. The cavalry of the Ottomans are pushing through the centre. I think it was the Ottoman cavalry that really won this battle here, in my opinion. Yeah, if you're not going to have that much artillery, cavalry suddenly becomes a lot more powerful, especially with big charges like this, and they seem to be completely cutting through the infantry. They made excellent work on the Austrians there. They're now doing the same to the French, pushing through the centre, pushing for this artillery. Can we get one more shot in? Can they get one more shot in? They need to get one more shot in, and it's over. With the loss of the guns, I think Austria is officially out of this battle, and I think it ends there. Yeah, the French in the centre have broken. The right hand side here of the Austrians pretty much broken. We've got a few troops just trying to slow down any possible flanking manoeuvre, but they are pretty much done. The artillery's gone. The French still have a decent force here on the left, which are actually doing a good job. They are holding back the Swedes, but they are still outnumbered, and it will eventually fall. It's only a matter of time. They are getting flanked as well. Yeah, it seems like the blue team is falling apart. The cavalry having one last charge in here, but it's a little bit too late. I think they are very heavily outnumbered, about to be surrounded. There's a French unit here trying to fight back against foes, but they don't have the high ground. They're surrounded. It's just not the position you want to be in, unfortunately, for the Austrians and the French. And I think what really did it was the loss of that Austrian general and the mass collapse that happened here, combined with the loss of the high ground, and it was the Ottoman cavalry that were able to achieve that. So Ottoman cavalry might not be the best unit, but they were very good at getting their side into the right positions at the right moments in this battlefield. That being said, I would have preferred to have actually seen more of them. A bigger push perhaps onto the Austrians, running these guys down, and doing this flanking manoeuvre to take out the artillery much earlier. But that's just me. Let's see it on the map here. Balance of power definitely in favour of red team, and yeah, you can see it here, but the red team is just doing really well. Although there's still some Frenchmen again on this side, it's not going to last for much longer. The general's here, within range near enough, so he's probably about to get wiped out at any moment. There's no chance these guys can hold. They don't even have the high ground. Yeah, and I think the high ground played a massive factor in this battle as well. And yeah, these chasseurs pulling back. The centre. Nothing happening in the centre. The cavalry of the Ottomans have stopped, which I think is a mistake. I think you always want cavalry like this moving, because otherwise you're not paying attention to them, and then the French here could quite easily stand near them, form square, and just wipe them all out. Can the French do that? Will they do it? Oh, we've got another dead general of Napoleon's. The French general is dead, basically. Yeah, the French general's dead, I think. Oh, we've got some troops retreating. Come on, let's just end the battle now. It's basically over. Run down the final ones. What's this left over here? We've got one Austrian unit left, facing the other way. What's the point? Just break already, come on. You've got Ottoman cavalry right there, just charge them. Get them off the field. And yeah, with that, this battle should be over. I hope you enjoyed it. Check out the OBG Discord to take part in more events like this, tournaments and stuff like that. Okay, here we go. We get to see the players. Yeah, and that was the French general that died at the end. So, Tautkorps played as the Austrians, 800 kills, 1,600 losses. Karl von Clausewitz played as the French, 1,200 kills, 1,600 losses. Murat as the Ottomans, decent amount of kills, and Lanza as Sweden, not getting that many kills compared to losses, yeah, taking quite a big hit there. So you can quite clearly see then, it really was the Ottomans who won this battle here. Do we get any stats? Yes, we do. For, I think this is the Austrian army. The artillery getting 145 kills. That's decent use of artillery. The cavalry getting some kills on some, but others sadly being a bit more disappointing. The loss of the general early on, that was a big disaster. And they didn't even do much as well, 3 kills. The Grenzers didn't do much. The Hungarian Fusiliers, this one did something, but the others were useless, yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. But for now, goodbye.